I want to make sure that the water remains over the leaves every day. This is probably going to take two to three more days. I'll be fine and ready to try eating this. The smell is fine. It still doesn't smell fermented yet, but it's too soon. While I was up checking the cabbage, I decided to soak some grapes just in case today I would snack on these, which I wound up snacking on these most of the day. I didn't finish them all. But now I was actually hungry, so I got up to make me a salad. I remembered that I had bought this huge box of spring mix. I had some kale left over still that needed to be used. So while I start prepping this, I was really hungry, so I decided to eat that banana. The salad's going to be very simple, very pungent this time. I wanted to make sure that this was probably going to be the meal today. So this salad consists of spring mix, kale, zucchini, mushrooms, onion. I put in some cranberries and some raisins. You're going to see that. And me having a salad like this usually it's enough. I used to think that, eating just this, I would be hungry still. No, I'm not. I'm just seeing that I'm just not hungry as I would be if I would have had junk or the cooked vegan food that I normally have. A lot of times I do notice that I still want something sweet, especially after this salad. I did want something sweet, so I went ahead and made a smoothie. But with something very pungent and savory, usually you just want something sweet to balance out the flavors. I don't want to miss out on dessert just because I'm doing something raw. I know there are many different raw recipes, but I don't have a dehydrator anymore, so my oven doesn't go low enough. The lowest setting is 170, and that's not cutting it for it to be considered raw. And that's even though I know that what I'm doing here is not technically full raw because of me using those beets that time. Canned beets aren't raw. Canned foods aren't raw because they're usually cooked or blanched. But I'm not cooking it. So in my mind right now for this purpose, it's raw. As I, continue to do this, I'm just going to get better at it. Not sure if I'm going to do such a long raw cleanse or just alternate, maybe 3 days raw and then the rest of the week in between raw and cooked food, because today is like day 9 hit and I have to cook for the family, so I'm cooking their food and even the things that aren't meat items and they're just plant-based items. It's like, ooh, I can't wait till I can make this for myself. I'm seeing that I'm starting to miss certain foods, which means that I need to get a little more creative, which I can. So I just need to make a new grocery list and get an order. I definitely need some of my favorites, the blueberries. I'm out of hemp seeds. I'm almost out of dates, things that I use every day now. I mean, in the past, as just a regular plant-based eater, those things last for a long time. But I'm definitely going to have to double up during this cleanse and have items that I can use to be a little bit more creative. And I'm also going to look up some recipes before I go shopping. That way, I'll shop for the recipe. was really surprised at how good this salad was. It didn't really taste like salad, but there's one leaf inside of this spring mix that I do not like that was rough. It might have been some type of arugula. And I had to fit a little cup of coffee in today. But here is the smoothie that I was mentioning earlier. So this smoothie this time, it's strawberries, dragon fruit, a little bit of ginger. It's probably a teaspoon to a tablespoon of ginger. And then I did add black pepper and then dates. And out of all the milk that I made, this is all that I have left. So I added that and I had to add some water. And this is more of a refresher actually than a smoothie. By me adding the water, it's not as creamy. And then the dates, since those were the Knorr dates, it was more like I had to chew what I was sipping on. I know that sounds disgusting, but they tell you to chew your smoothies. So it was filling because I was chomping.